We just got some jaw-dropping Tesla news. Reuters just reported that Tesla has canceled its low-cost car plans to focus on developing self-driving robotaxis on the same platform. Elon's directive is to go all in on robotaxi, Reuters source said. Sawyer doesn't know if this is true though. Now, this could be quite bearish or quite bullish. Personally, I am a bit more conservative, so for me, this is, why couldn't we just do both is my question. Minutes ago, Elon actually just responded to this story. Reuters is lying again. Whew. Now, sometimes there are bits of truth in what Reuters reports, even when Elon says that it's not a true report. For example, Reuters said that Tesla was planning to export vehicles from China to the US. Tesla didn't do that, but Tesla did export vehicles to Canada. And then the most embarrassing part for Reuters was they changed the headline and they made it look like the headline was about North America, not the US specifically. But initially the headline was about the US, so that's shame on Reuters. But there was a bit of truth in that report. So let's see. Tesla scraps low-cost car plans amid fierce Chinese EV competition. Entry-level Tesla car won't be built, resources tell Reuters. Tesla to focus on self-driving taxis instead. This news is based on also reviewing some of the Tesla's messages, and the robotaxis would be built on the same small vehicle platform. In other words, let's assume for a moment this is true. If FSD is not solved within, let's say, the next 12 months or so, all Tesla probably needs to do is just add pedals and a steering wheel to that vehicle and done. Tesla did not respond to requests for comment. This is one of the few cases where I can very strongly get behind Tesla having a PR department, because this kind of news affects not just traders, but also long-term investors. I mean, if Tesla actually completely abandons the next generation vehicle, that's not an autonomous vehicle, I would not be happy. And I know some long investors that hold Tesla, not because they believe in FSD, but because they believe in the next generation vehicle. And some of these people would certainly sell Tesla stock based on this news. I personally wouldn't, because my model predicts that FSD will be solved. But as an investor who has his whole stock portfolio invested in Tesla stock, I do like backup plans in this case. Tesla having a backup plan is sort of me being diversified. If you're new to this channel, I also have real estate and I own multiple private businesses. And I generally tell people, don't put more money into Tesla stock than what you are willing to lose. The third source confirmed the cancellation and said new plans call for robotaxis to be produced, but in much lower volumes than had been projected for the Model 2. Several company messages reviewed by Reuters about the decision included one on March 1st from an unnamed program manager for the affordable car discussing the project's demise with engineering staff and advising them to hold off on telling suppliers about program cancellation. A fourth person with knowledge of Tesla's plans expressed optimism about the decision to pivot away from the cheap car strategy in favor of robotaxis, a segment Musk has envisioned as the future of mobility. The source cautioned that Tesla's product plans could change again based on economic conditions. Tesla called the affordable car project NV91 internally and H422 externally when discussing it with suppliers, according to two other sources. Messages from the unnamed Tesla program manager to staffers referenced those code names in discussing the project's termination. One of those messages sent March 1st said that suppliers should halt all further activities related to these two code names. The sources said they did not know all the reasons behind the decision to kill the project. In another March 1st message, the manager thanked engineering staffers for their efforts and urged them to document what they had learned. I'd like to thank everyone for all of your hard work and dedication to pushing boundaries and executing the best design possible given the aggressive constraints we had to work within. The message said, we would not want all our hard work to go to waste, so it's important that we tie things off and document things properly, whatever that means. The messages showed meetings on the affordable car project being canceled. The two sources said some engineers have been reassigned. These are very detailed observations from Reuters. Is this really all a lie? Sounds to me like there's something happening. But based on what Elon Musk just said, clearly the project is not canceled. I personally assume that there are bits and pieces that are likely true in what Reuters covered here, just like they were sort of right, but not really nowhere near to an extent that they should have been about exports from China to the US. So I expect some sort of change about the next generation vehicle. There's something that's going on here. Here's the Tesla stock chart today. This is when Elon says Reuters is lying. I think SEC should probably look into that article and see if anyone was behind this and if anyone was shorting Tesla stock, because if someone did, they made a lot of money just now. This is a very important subject to all of us Tesla stock investors, so I want to spend more time here. Source says Elon just said Reuters was lying. However, here's my general thinking. Tesla's low-cost $25,000 car and the robotaxi were always going to be based on the same platform. They were going to be very similar, but the $25,000 version was going to have a steering wheel. Maybe Elon and the team have been so impressed with how good FSD12 has performed and were maybe thinking they should be shifting even more resources to the robotaxi/FSD effort. This does not mean the $25,000 car is canceled. Again, they share the same platform. Kevin says possibly, but what you have just done is delay the Model 2 until FSD is 100%. That likely kills 2026 production and delivery forecasts on Wall Street. Or the $25,000 car is far along enough that they can afford to shift some more resources to the robotaxi/FSD effort. This doesn't necessarily mean anything is delayed. All we ask for is simple clarity from Elon. Why did the rumor start? Who started it? Is it a misunderstanding? What's going on? Elon should provide clarity. Right now, he's more focused on responding to Biden issues and Ben Shapiro. Elon actually responded to Sawyer's original post with these two eyes. And yeah, I think we will take it as confirmation that the vehicle is not canceled, is on the same platform, and that FSD is going well, and some resources have been shifted to build FSD and robotaxis a bit faster. Gary Black commented on the story. Elon appears to be denying the Reuters story that Tesla is scaling the $25,000 compact in favor of self-driving robotaxis. If the story was true, no $25,000 EV and doubling down on autonomy would be very risky, and institutions would down the stock since there would be little growth and high pricing risk until the robotaxi materialized, or not. Ooh, Reuters even pointed out that Tesla shares fell nearly 5% after the Reuters report. They even brag about it. Even Farzad is calling for SEC to investigate Reuters. I missed two posts from James. He already deleted those. But he says, I still think the article is credible in spirit, the Reuters article. Farzad, though, says, splitting hairs, that $25,000 car is coming and it will be able to drive itself. So what if it's 1 to 2 years late? Who else is remotely close to making an affordable EV at profit at scale that can drive itself? Cancel Model 2 is very reminiscent of the 2017-2018 period where everyone was calling for Tesla's demise during the Model 3 ramp. Amazing how often history repeats itself. In my opinion, this false article is proof Tesla is cooking something delicious, as Farzad. For the first time we can recall, investors are starting to put increased odds of FSD licensing deals as a major contributor to Tesla's valuation. Morgan Stanley's Jonas now attributes just $62 per share of his $310 Tesla stock price target to the core auto business, while attributing $104 per share to third-party licensing deals. While we believe Jonas' assumptions for FSD licensing are far too aggressive, the spotlight on FSD's significant progress toward full autonomy and Elon continuously talking up the potential of FSD licensing deals is becoming a bullish catalyst for Tesla stock. After that Reuters article, Elon Musk published this. Reuters website is not doing very well. Month over month, down 17% in terms of its traffic. Year over year, minus 9%. Well, today with that Tesla stock story, they definitely got some traffic. I wasn't going to share this publicly, but since people are wondering why I have such high conviction in the Reuters article, here's what I received from someone just yesterday. Note before the Reuters article and the person's response today after reading it. For better or worse, likely worse, engineers that were focused on the $25,000 car as priority number one have been shifted to robotaxi as priority number one. This is as of a couple weeks ago, and James replied with probably longer than 2 weeks, not more than a month ago, from a significant other at the company. If nothing else, the waffling on the $25,000 car very much persists. And here's what the source said about the Reuters article. While not entirely accurate, I do believe there is merit behind the Reuters article. Here's my whole conclusion from this. Tesla is obviously working on a robotaxi, and it is working on the next generation vehicle that anyone will be able to drive without FSD. But the priority is on the robotaxi, which is bullish for FSD because this shows high conviction that the Tesla team has in this new approach for FSD. I don't think the next generation vehicle without FSD is abandoned. I really don't think so. But it does seem like some of the best engineers have been asked to focus specifically on the robotaxi features of that vehicle and not on the features of the regular car. So Tesla is basically doing exactly what I want. Build both, a robotaxi and a regular car at the same time, on the same platform.